Now you say the Most High gave His word to everybody, right?
That bond is you living out right now. That bond is why you at the bus stop right now.
You understand? The scripture says, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. They think the law is a small thing.
Separate, man. We are separate from these other nations, man. That's right.
Something about the West Coast. Shh, don't tell nobody. Something about the West Coast. It makes me wanna ride.
Shalom, Israel. It's going down. Ooh-wee. This is the takeover. You don't want to miss out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 shield General Muhammad. The touchdown and take ground in the Yay area. That's right. January 12th through the 15th. Come through with your questions and get the counsel you need. I pray you understand. 4 glorious days, blazing heat in the mean season. You feel me? Hide your liquor and your virgins. Thursday, scripture breakdown with General Muhammad in Richmond, California, 7 to 9 p.m. PST. Friday, camp, 5th and Market in San Francisco, 1 p.m. until. That night, Tommy T's Comedy Club in Pleasanton, 9 p.m. Saturday, Sabbath service, followed by Richmond Rod and Gun Club at 11 a.m., Rufio Distillery and Great Casino in Roanoke Park, 2 to 7 p.m. Late night, Mimosa 2 till 2 a.m. Sunday is an open itinerary featuring a guided aromatic experience with Penrose Apothecary, 3 to 6 p.m. PST. Get your grown and sexy on. So there you have it. Mark your calendars. The takeover is in full effect. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. But before then, Thursday, it's going down at the Durham Armory, our annual all-black party. Last year was also the Hebrew Academy graduation dinner. This year, Commander General Yohana got something special for y'all. It is going down. What's happening? A full-blown Hebrew concert featuring Shar, UPK Natazal, Kwarak Ice. This is not something you want to miss. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
All ISUPK presents the 54th annual Feast of Unleavened Bread. Last year we did it big. This year is going to be way big. More brotherhood, more sisterhood, more UPK. On Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, we're going to be at 421 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Sheraton Raleigh Hotel Ballroom. We're calling all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come join us.
Into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy. It's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early. This bitch is cheat code.
Remember, admission to the Passover is $200 per adult. That's $200 per adult. For more information, call 919-697-8257. Call 919-697-8257.
I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretched the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, and I ain't listening. Is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jack the Ripper. War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my taxes. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Von Dale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Officer of 1000 of Wide Yacht, and this is the Wednesday Law class of the ISUPK under Commander General HACHAANAKAH. And we've been doing this since '69, man, waking up blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, telling them who they are according to the Bible, man, according to who the Most High wants them to be versus what they've been told who they are, who they've been told who they are according to the, oppressor, okay, who stole our identity and threw us in chains and enslaved us, man, and told us we was Negroes and Hispanics and Native Americans and Indians and all this old other nonsense when we're none of those things. We are the chosen people of the Lord, man. And the Lord loves us, man. You know what? And the Lord loves us, man. And he doesn't care about the other nations, okay? So with that being said, you got your mic, brother? Okay, cool. No sweat. And so now again, as we find ourselves in another one of the oppressors' so-called holidays, man, coming up. Talking about New Year's, man. Again, we just came out of Christmas. We just came out of Christmas, man, and we watched about, altogether, maybe about 70, 90 people died in a dang on snowstorm. Something ridiculous, man. That is an act of judgment, man. That is an act of judgment. Showing you what? The Lord does not want you celebrating no dang on Christmas or celebrating what is this, New Year's. This is nonsense to the Lord, okay? These things are for your oppressor. If your oppressor wants to celebrate, if the other nations and your oppressor, if they want to celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that garbage, let them do that, man. Let them do that. We are not to follow in the customs of our oppressor, man. We not to do that. Or the Lord, He's gonna bring death, man. He's going to bring death. You think because of, this is the problem right here, right? A lot of people learn about the Lord from television. They don't learn about the Lord of the Bible. It's not the God they learn about. They learn about the God of Easter and all that other stuff, meaning they think the Most High is fuzzy and lovey and all this kind of stuff. That's not the Lord. The Lord will kill you for celebrating Christmas, man. He'll kill you for that. The Lord is going to kill people for celebrating New Year's. You can bank on it. It's going to happen. How do you know? Because it happens every year. It happens every year, and it gets worse, and it gets worse, and it gets worse. Okay? That's how you know. That's how you know the Lord is real, man. The Lord is not playing games out here, man. And he never has. What he did was he gave us a chance to try to get things right. And now he's starting to send more and more judgment. As the truth started coming out more and more people is hearing the truth, now he's executing the judgment. So you can see the judgments lining up with what the truth is being said. You don't have to guess around no more and try to figure it out. You listen to them brothers standing there on them corners saying the Lord gonna put people to death for celebrating Christmas. And then you see over 50 deaths coming around on Christmas. You know, like the scripture said, if a prophet speak, let him see if what he say shall come to pass, and then you will know a prophet has spoken. So once you see what he's saying come to pass, you know it's some prophets out there saying what's going to come. You see people dying on Christmas, you know it's not the most wonderful time of the year when the Lord is angry with you, okay? That's not it. Okay? An act of judgment from the Lord ain't great. And yet, for some reason, we don't, hey, Salaki, can I get a sound check? Let me get that right now and get that out the way to make sure that we doing good. I'm Tawab. Okay, cool. No sweat. Most High in Christ. Yeah, this is not the time. Salaki, and yet we still continue, but we continue to not pay attention, not listen, whatever the case may be. We don't want to hear it. We too caught up in our own lusts. We too caught up in the things that we want to do. And the thing is, we have to come out of that, man. We have to come out of that. So many people right now, man, we going into this New Year thing. We going into this New Year thing, man, and so many of our people, they gonna love to celebrate New Year's. They can't wait to do it, man. Some of y'all just like to go out there and shoot the gun off. That's all y'all care about, man. That's all y'all care about, man. But know something, man. For doing that, the Lord will put you to death. He will put you to death. The Lord is not something to play with, man. That's why I say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Because once you fear the Lord and you like, man, okay, he ain't nothing. This dude is no joke. He ain't nothing to play with. He don't have, and he not trying to hear nothing I'm talking about. It's one way. Do what he say, or you going to suffer the judgment for not. It's kind of that simple with the Lord. It's, as they like to say, it's just black and white. But it's just plain and simple as that, man. You either do what the Lord say, or a judgment going to come your way. Just ask, well, you can't ask him, but you know, the things that just happened with the snow around Christmas time, where everybody was, here comes Santa Claus. The Lord was putting people to death. Okay? And that's what happened, man. So you think the Lord is playing. And for those of you who don't think it was the Lord, give me Isaiah 28:2. You don't think it was the Lord, huh? Okay. Let's see if it was the Lord.
In the book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, the Lord have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm.
Hail and a destroying storm, man. That's what y'all just got. Y'all got some snow and a destroying air storm that killed over 50 people, man. The Lord is not playing. Read.
As a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand.
The Lord hand, man. When the Lord stretch out his hand and do some killing, he couldn't have just killed 1 or 2 people in the storm. You see what I'm saying? He could have. Right. Salaki, I'm not saying he couldn't have. He could have. But to make sure that you understand that it's him doing these things. You see what I'm saying? It went a little further to let you know it was the hand of the Lord and not just some mere coincidence. Right. Because he said the hell and the, what is hell? Y'all know the hell is it didn't say H-E-L-L, said H, spell it?
H-A-I-L.
Man. So understand that. Understand that is that was the Lord. Don't get it twisted. That was definitely the Lord doing that, man. Okay? Don't ever get it wrong. And again, like I said, we're going into this time where we're about to go into a whole time period, Salakia, where we talking about January 1st is the new year. January the 1st is the new year, man. Who made January the 1st the new year? Your oppressor did that, man. Your oppressor done that, man. You didn't do it. Your oppressor did it. Why? Because like the scriptures say, he changes times and signs. That's what he do. That's what your oppressor does, man. Because he don't want to serve the Most High. He want to serve himself. He don't give one care if you fall. That's what a lot of us don't understand. Get Deuteronomy 5 and 7. Let me check and make sure I'm right. So he got you, which we gonna touch on tonight. let's get this thing going, which we're going to get into tonight, man. We're going to talk about the god Janus, which is what y'all worshiping when y'all celebrating the New Year's, man. What y'all going to find out is the more and more you study and the more you look into this, man, you're just worshiping some form of another god, man. This is all you're doing. You got that Deuteronomy 5 and 7?
In the book of Deuteronomy.
Give me 1 second. You just worshiping other gods, man. That's all you're doing. You're not doing nothing of God. I walked into the store earlier and it said Bishop so and so and such is about to do a whole sermon about the New Year. When the New Year is has nothing to do with the Most High. And that's another thing, y'all. It's through this propaganda. Your Christian pastors push this stuff on y'all, man. They don't look any of this stuff up and they don't care because they get paid to teach you nonsense. They get paid to teach you a bunch of garbage that allows you to keep sinning. They don't care about what God they worshiping. Their God is money. That's their God. That's the only God that they care about is the God of money. We have to care about the God of the Bible. That's what we have to start caring about. We have to love that more. We have to love the God of the Bible more than anything we've ever loved in our life. Because it's the only way we're going to actually have life. Outside of that, you're going to be oppressed. Outside of that. Okay? You don't worship no other gods. And the God of Janus, y'all going to find out tonight that y'all worshiping on New Year's. And the other gods that y'all was worshiping when it came to Christmas. But on the God of Janus tonight, man, y'all going to find out that y'all worshiping. That is a different God. That's not the God of the Bible. It's not what the Lord told us to do. You got that? Read that.
We're in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 7. Thou shalt have none other gods before me.
When you worship the God of Janus, man, who is the God of New Year's, when you participate in celebrating New Year's, you're participating in the celebration of worshiping Janus. Okay? You are literally worshiping Janus. Don't say I really don't celebrate it, but you out there drinking and partying with everybody else. If you out there drinking and partying with everybody else, you are celebrating New Year's. And you are worshiping the God of Janus because that's what New Year's is about. Worshiping Janus. Okay? It's not the actual New Year, which we're going to find out as we get further into the class. We're going to find out it's not the actual New Year. It's not the New Year that the Most High said it was. Right. This is actual worship of other gods. Read.
Verse 8. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image.
Read.
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
Or you shouldn't make any slack. Read that again.
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
Salaki, pick it up from the top.
Verse 8. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image.
Any graven images, go.
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
You shouldn't make any graven images. And what you're going to find with Janus is what? It's two faces. It's a face facing left and it's a face facing right. And they just put it together. This is the God that they worship, man. This is a God that your oppressor worship. This is what you really doing when you celebrate New Year's. You think you just out having a great time, waiting on the ball to drop. You are worshiping another God. Celebrating New Year's is a sin. Wow. You are sinning. Okay? You're sinning. Read on.
Or that is in the earth beneath. Or that is in the waters beneath the earth.
Basically, you shouldn't be worshiping anything that is not of the Lord, man. And that's what you're doing. And that is exactly what you're doing when you are celebrating the so-called New Year's, man. When you celebrating the so-called New Year's, this is what you're doing. Get that Janice for me in the Encyclopedia Britannica. Let's get that right quick, man. That is exactly what you're doing. You celebrating the worship of other gods when you celebrate New Year's. And this is what I found out too, since I've been in the truth. I used to do all that garbage too when I was in the world, right? But I have more fun now that I'm in the truth. I have more fun than I had doing all that other stuff. It's more fun. It's just the whole vibe, as people like to say. The whole different vibe is different. The whole vibe is different, as people like to say, man. It's just a whole different something. Okay? You got that? Read that.
This is Janus in the Britannica. Janus in Roman religion, the animistic spirit.
Jump down to the worship.
The worship of Janus traditionally dated back to Romulus, in a period even before the actual founding of the city of Rome.
Because, again, a lot of these gods that we worship today, man, they all have different form. They all tied into each other in one way or another. So another nationality may worship that same God, but just worship it in a different manner. Done something else, has some other traditions to it, but it's all the same nonsense. It's a bunch of nonsense and a bunch of ridiculousness. Read on.
There were many Janni ceremonial gateways in Rome.
Because and why I'm saying gateways, because that's what they saying Janus is. It's like it's a door, basically a door you walk through this way, meaning the beginning and the end, or something like. Read.
These were usually freestanding structures that were used for symbolically auspicious entrances or exits. Particular superstition was attached to the departure of a Roman army, for which there were lucky and unlucky ways to march through a Janus.
To walk out a door. It's a lucky way. This is how stupid this is, right? They saying it's a particular way in a superstition to walk in or out of a door. That's why you think you walking out a door. I mean, you think you saying something or doing something when you talk about New Year, New Me, and all this old ridiculous nonsense. You have fully put on the spirit of Janus, man. You fully put that on. New year, new you. You the same whatever you was December 31st as January the 1st. Right. You haven't changed anything. You just as disgusting then as you are right then. You haven't changed anything. If you really wanted to change something, what the hell are you waiting on? If you really want to change. If you really want to change something, what you waiting on? January 1st? Come on, man. At some point, we have to use common sense and stop allowing stupid things to trick us, man. Because that is the only way we're going to be able to fight whatever it is, whatever the lust is that we have. If you feel like the only way you could change is waiting on January the 1st, you have a real problem. You have a real problem. January the 1st shouldn't determine whether you're going to change or not. Okay? It shouldn't. And then they say, and then really what you hear some people say is, you just got to give it up till April. If you can fight through it till April, then you're okay. Come on, man. Let's stop being silly here. Read on.
Particular superstition was attached to the departure of a Roman army.
Salakia. And it's a particular superstition. This lets you know that this is a bunch of mumbo jumbo. It's just some superstitious nonsense.
Right.
Some your oppressor done made up inside his own dang on head. And you out there partying like ain't no tomorrow to this garbage, man. Read.
For which they were lucky in unlucky ways to march through a Janus. The most famous Janus in Rome was the Janus Geminus, which was actually a shrine of Janus at the north side of the Forum.
Read.
It was a simple rectangular bronze structure with doors, with double doors at each end. Traditionally, the doors of this shrine were left open in time of war and were kept closed when Rome was at peace. According to the Roman historian Livy, the gates were closed only twice in all the long period between Numa, Pompilus, 7th century BC, and Augustus, 1st century BC.
It said the doors were shut how many times?
Only twice.
Only twice, man. Only twice. Remember up top it said they had to march through it a certain way and it was lucky and unlucky. Right. This means they've been unlucky the whole goddamn gone time. And when you celebrate it, you unlucky too because you get shot in your face on New Year's Day. You get robbed on New Year's Day. You somewhere getting jumped in a club on New Year's Day. You drunk and drive your car off the road on New Year's Day. Somebody you know has been harmed on New Year's Day.
Right.
Yeah, you just unlucky. They said the door, which means what? New Year's is really a day, it's really a time of what? Warring, fighting.
Right.
It's not a time for peace. It said the doors was only closed twice. We talking about through the 7th century BC and 1st century BC. Good, the doors only closed twice. Rome was only at peace twice, worshiping the god Janus. And the Most High told us not to worship other gods. How much peace we think we gonna have if we go out and we celebrate New Year's?
Right.
How much peace are we gonna have, man? We gonna suffer that same fate. We gonna suffer that same fate, man. And for setting that example for our loved ones, we gonna lead them to suffer that same fate, man. We so busy passing down the oppressors' traditions, man. We gotten so far away from the Lord traditions, man. We don't even want to hear anybody talk about it. You ever tried to talk to somebody about the truth and they just don't even want to hear a word you have to say? They don't want to hear it. All they care about is celebrating New Year's and Christmas. I don't hear nothing. You trying to tell it, and you trying to tell them the truth because you care about them. It is ridiculous, man. Read.
Some scholars regard It's like some scholars regard Janus as the god of all beginnings.
Of all what?
Beginnings.
All what?
Beginnings.
All beginnings, man. Like I said earlier, when you're talking about it's a new year, a new you. You think it's the time where you just start all over again and try to get it right this year, but you didn't get right last year. It's not, it's superstitious. That's what it is. It's superstitious. Like we just read up top. It is superstition nonsense. And you think it's going to work for you. When they telling you, when you look it up, it's made up mumbo jumbo. Cause it's superstitious. Like a lucky horseshoe. It ain't no different than that. You talking about a new year, new you is no different than a lucky horseshoe. You might as well buy a box of Lucky Charms. It's no different. It's the same exact thing. But your love for the oppressor, man, your love for the oppressor and no love for yourself or your brothers keep you celebrating this nonsense, man. Read.
Oh God. Salaki.
Go ahead, take your time, brother. Let's get it.
He was invoked as the first of any gods in regular liturgies.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of the day, month, and year, both calendrical and agricultural, were sacred to him.
Was sacred to Janus, man. This is your New Year's. This is your New Year's. This is what you love. And again, remember, you have to, and I have to keep saying this because it's other people that's clicking on, and it's people that just got here. Remember, what we reading again is just all superstition. It's not real. So when you celebrate New Year's, guess what? You putting on that spirit of Janus, and you worshiping a two-headed statue. This is ridiculous nonsense, man. This is ridiculous nonsense. Read.
The month of January is named for him.
The month of what?
January.
What month?
January.
What month?
January.
The month of January is named for him. The month of January is named for him, man. And you think you celebrating some new beginning, you are silly and ridiculous because you're worshiping Janus. You're worshiping Janus. This Salakia, read.
And his festival took place on January 9th.
Mm-hmm.
The Agonium.
Mm-hmm.
There were several important temples erected to Janus, and it is assumed that there was also an early cult on the Janiculum, which the ancients took to mean the city of Janus.
They had a whole city. And temples built to some man-made mumbo jumbo. This show you how silly your oppressor was, man.
Right.
This show you how silly your oppressor was, man. And we still sit here and we believe this nonsense, man. Salaki, read on.
Khan. Janus was represented by a double-faced head.
He was represented by what?
By a double-faced head.
A double face. When you look up the picture of Janus, it's a face facing to your left and a face facing to your right. And they just combined together like this, man. And that's what you worshiping. The whole month of January was dedicated to Janus. That's what you worship, man. Well, no, not dedicated to Janus. It was named for Janus, Salakia, where the whole name come from. It's all about Janus. Okay?
Khan. And he was represented in art either with or without a beard. Occasionally, he was depicted as four-faced, as the spirit of the four-way arch. Exodus 12:1. Right. Checking on Facebook. Nothing on YouTube. Let me check Facebook. I know, but Robin Jones checked in, said shalom. UPK Abba, it's like it. I'm butchering the name. UPK Abba Yagel. Kanwakan. Abba Gayal. Kanwakan. I already know. I was like, good night. Here we go. She said shalom, sir. Checking in. Kanwakan. That's. You want me to pull Exodus 12 and verse 1? Kind of what kind? Kind of what kind? 13 and 3. Right. Right. Kind of what kind? verse 3. The book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 3. And Moses said unto the people, remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Bondage. For by strength of hand the Lord brought you out from this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten. Verse 4. This day came ye out in the month Abib. 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 Khan. The definition of a bid. Oh, come. What kind, sir? The definition of a bib in the Bible study tools: an ear of corn, the month of newly ripened grain. Ripened grain. The first of the Jewish right, ecclesiastical year in the 7th of the civil year. It began about the time of the vernal equinox on 21st of March. It was called Nisan. After the captivity, Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 1, on the 15th day of the month, harvest was begun by gathering a sheaf of barley. Right. A lot, sir. Where the sister in Buffalo, she passed away in her car. She I guess she had fell asleep under, she was stuck in some snow and she fell asleep and ended up dying. I think she was early 20s, kind of a kind. I just said that to say it just showed me how important brotherhood and sisterhood is, because you could, you just be out here and this time of year and if your mind, you don't know, you thinking new beginnings, new year, not knowing that, you're supposed to be focused anyway, but they got us on this whole, you can start over with a new beginning on January 1st. Even though you could do it every day, you know, kind of what kind. Good night. Kind of what kind. Lies. She fell asleep in the car, and in one of the articles I seen earlier, another one, it said that it might have been carbon monoxide because the snow might have piled up over it blocked it, so that it kind of kind. So when she fell asleep waiting for help, I guess the fumes had got in. Kind Buffalo, I know they snow is crazy. They showed so if I could, they showed them the Buffalo Bills football team came back home from like a football away game, and when all the all the players on the team coming to get in their cars, they showed them getting in their vehicles, and like literally it was pulling off in some of their cars. They couldn't even get in their cars. They got fancy big trucks. They had big piles of snow on top of I've never even seen that much on top of a truck before, and it driving off from But I guess Buffalo, they get that much snow, so kind of. Oh, 1 Corinthians 3:19. We're in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness. Right. Right. Kind of kind. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness. Kind of kind. Right. Kind of kind. With God, for it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Verse 20. Kind of kind. Right. Kind of kind. Right. Right. Kind of kind.
We should be back. Let's get a mic check. Make sure I'm back. We back. How we sound? El, we sounding good? Don't want to be. Make sure we ain't got no technical issues going on here. How we sounding? Testing. Okay, cool. Let's get Exodus 12 and 1. Exodus 12 and 1, man. Because what did the Lord? This is the thing, man. Because of the so-called oppressor and his Christ, we have made them God. They have made themselves God to us. That's what they did. And we don't understand because of Christianity. Christianity cast a hell of a spell on us as a people.
Right.
And trying to fight off that spell and fight off that demon, it is rough and it is tough. It's rough and it's tough, man. That's what makes the brotherhood inside of here so important, because anytime we feel weak, we can lean on one another, man, to build our strength up, to fight, man. And it's going to be, I'm telling you, I have to fight it every year. I have to fight off some stupid memory, and realize, damn, I was messed up. I was messed up when I was doing that. I should have never done that thing. You got that Exodus 12 and 1? Read that.
In the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
This month shall be the beginning of months unto you. What month is it talking about? It's talking about the month we just read, man, the month of Abib.
God.
That's the month where we have our Passover, man, which is going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina this year, man. Book your rooms. Get your car reservations, man. Start getting everything together, man. Just a sidebar for a quick second about the Passover, Salakia. The Passover, man, if you have never been to the Passover, man, get ready to experience something like you have never experienced in your entire life, man. You have never seen so many blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans come together, man, and just with so much love for one another. With so much love from one another. Meanwhile, a lot of us, our family can't even get together. Salaki, excuse my language. Our families can't even get together at a barbecue. We can't even get together at a barbecue without a fist fight breaking out. Or we got to break up or stop somebody for fist fighting. Meanwhile, the Passover got thousands of brothers there, man, and so much as an argument don't even break out between brothers, man. If you have never been, get ready to have your mind blown. Get ready for it, man, because it is coming. The Passover, man, Raleigh, North Carolina, you have to be there. Salakia. Pick that back up from 1, read that again.
In the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
The beginning of months, man. This month shall be the beginning of months. The month of Abib, man. Okay? The month of Abib. Read.
It shall be the first month of the year to you.
The first month of the year unto us, man. It's the month of Abib, man. And this is what we should do. We should celebrate, when the month of Abib come, we supposed to celebrate Passover, man. Let the so-called oppressor, let him celebrate in the dead of winter. That's what they like. Let your oppressor have his winter time. They go and cut the ice out of the water and jump in the water, butt naked and all that old kind of stuff, man. We don't do no stuff like that. No, God, that ain't no stuff we do, man. Let your oppressor enjoy his winter wonderland. Let him enjoy that stuff, man. You come celebrate the month of Abib. Get Deuteronomy 16:1. You celebrate the month of Abib, man. Passover. You gather up all your fresh grown stuff, man, in the month of Abib, man. And celebrate the Lord Passover, man. And let them cut ice out of, we in Michigan, so they'll cut an ice block out of Lake Michigan and jump in the dang on water. Dry their car on top of it, cut it out and go ice fishing. We ain't thinking about doing none of that shit. We in the house with the heat on 80, trying to stay warm. Like, what are you talking about? We ain't doing that. Watching some TV chilling. We don't need all that excitement. All right. You got that? Read.
In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16 and verse 1. Observe the month of Abib.
Observe what?
The month of Abib.
The what?
The month of Abib.
The month of Abib, man. The first day of the first month of the year. Read.
And keep the Passover.
And keep the what?
And keep the Passover.
And keep the what?
And keep the Passover.
And keep the Passover, man, in the month of Abib, man. What is y'all talking about, man? Nobody about to go ice skating and all that garbage. Ice, fishing, ice swim, all that's equivalent to coldness, man. We don't want no part of that. We like to have a good, this how you know the Most High is a brother, man. He made the first day of the month in the springtime. Got time to be playing with your oppressor and all that garbage that he put that he want to do. You're going to be cold and freezing yourself half to death dealing with your oppressor, man. Freezing yourself half to death to try to celebrate these things that your oppressor is putting in front of you. Pick it up from the top, read.
Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God, man. This is what the Lord is telling us to do, man. This is what the Lord want us to do. He don't want us worshiping Janus. That ain't what the Lord want, man. That ain't what the Lord telling us to do. The Lord ain't told us to celebrate no Janus, the Roman god of the beginning. That's your oppressor nonsense, man. Let him have. This is what we have to realize, man. We have to allow and let the other nations to celebrate and do the garbage that they want to do. What good is it? What benefit does it have for us? It has none, man. It divides us. Their holidays and their things that they deal with, it keeps us divided and keeps us individuals. If you notice, the Lord days, it say come together and congregate. Come together and congregate and be one, man. Versus, if you got to celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving, somebody's daughter got to sit across from somebody who been molesting her whole goddamn life, man. Her whole life. She got to sit across from that uncle who molests her every chance he get. Every chance he get, he's molesting her. And she got to sit down and have a Merry Christmas with him. He gonna get drunk on the day of Janus, get her by herself somewhere and molest her some more. Not on the Lord's holidays, man. No, no, no. No, no, no. Because he's taking on that spirit of his oppressor. And they're alphabet people by nature. It's a part of their nature to be disgusting and do disgusting things. It's part of their nature. It's part of who they are, man. Not in here, man. Some more on that? Read.
For in the month of Abib, the Lord thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
He did. He brought us where?
Out of Egypt by night.
He brought us out of Egypt, man. He brought us out. This is how you know it's the Passover, man. The first month, the Passover, man. This is serious business, man. Think about what the things the Lord did to bring us out of Egypt in the month of Abib, man. Are you kidding me? And you gonna sit and you mean to tell me you black, you Hispanic, you Native American, you about to go celebrate Janus? Do you not remember what the Lord did bringing us out of Egypt? No, not me. I know what I'm doing. It's the Passover for me. It's the Passover for me. I choose the Lord. Okay? Me personally. Somebody else want to do something different, you go right on ahead. As for me and my house, as they say.
Right.
you know what I'm talking about? As for me in my house. Okay? We ain't waiting on January 1st to change. We changing immediately. You said that was it on that Exodus? Give me Romans 6:6. This is what you do. You don't wait on January 1st to change. You don't wait on no January 1st to change. What you waiting on? Do this right now. You got that? Let me get there with you. 1 second here. Okay. Salakia. Romans 6:6. Read that.
In the book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 6. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him.
With him. Who is the him that they talking about? It says, knowing this, that our old man is crucified. What does that mean when they say old man is crucified with him? El, go ahead.
Within you, like the old man within ourselves.
Right.
It's like I said, the crucified with him, us, like, or
okay.
through the Most High.
Okay.
By following the Most High.
The him is Christ.
Right.
The old man is your former self that you used to be. Like it's certain things that I used to do in the world, but the old me is gone, and now I'm a new me now. So that old man is dead and gone. Now a new man, my slave name person who I was, that person is gone. Now I'm officer of 1,000 Awadia. So I'm a whole new creature in him. Read.
That the body of sin might be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
That henceforth we should not serve sin.
We should not, as I like to say, as I personally like to say, we should not be a slave to sin anymore. We shouldn't serve sin anymore. Right. We've through Christ, and because of Christ, and Christ giving us that chance to come back, once we realize that and we come into the truth, Now we not the same anymore. Now we're changing because we did what? We overcame. We overcame who we used to be, man. We not that same person anymore. We strengthened ourselves. Okay? We strengthened ourselves. Excuse me. We strengthened ourselves, man. Give me Revelations 3:20. All right. We overcame. We not interested in our oppressor holidays no more. We're not interested in our oppressor way of life no more. Eating shrimp, pork, crab, lobster. We putting his cigarettes down, putting his pornography down. We putting the way we treat our women. We changing that. We doing there's so many changes that we making. Our thinking is changing. So once our thinking started to change, then what's gonna happen? Our action gonna start to change. Because your thinking is gonna do what? It's gonna affect your approach. And your approach is gonna affect that action, and then everything is starting to change. And you is what? Now you a changed man. Okay? Revelations 3:20, read that. Read.
In the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him.
Now that's heavy right there, man, because that's Christ talking, man. Christ saying he knocking at the door. Meaning, he want to come in. Like, what was that? What was that? Friday, the second Friday. Remember Uncle Elroy saying, you hear me knocking? Let me hold in, man. That's what Christ said, man. Let him on in, man. He knocking at the door, waiting on you. He waiting on you. You sitting around want to celebrate, what is this? I keep forgetting this stupid, ridiculous nonsense. New Year's. Say, if you hear my voice, like it say what? My sheep hear my voice. So if he's knocking at the door and he's speaking, you're going to hear him if you are his sheep. Right. And you're going to open that door. Read. I will come in to him.
Oh, Salaki, sir, you wanted me to start at?
I will come in.
I will come into him. And I will soup up, Salaki, and I will soup with him.
What does it mean to soup with him? To soup with him means you're going to sit down and basically break bread with you. You see what I'm saying? It means he's going to sit down and break bread with you, man. As we like to say. Sit down, have a meal with you, meaning what? You're gonna get what you need. You open the door and you let Christ in, you repenting and you changing, He gonna come in and sit down and soup with you, man. That's a heavy thing right there, man. Overcoming and changing. Because the white man, Salakia, your oppressor put so many things and obstacles in front of you based on your lust. He knows that a lot of us enjoy sex. So he put a lot of hoes around us. To do what? To continually tempt you. He put them all in your face. On videos, on Instagram, on Facebook and Snapchat. And whichever way he can. And you just get on there and you lusting after every nasty hoe you see on there. They'll give you an STD if you walk past them. And you sitting there just drooling at the mouth. Can't wait to get one of them. 21, read. No, Salaki, give me one more second. And you can't wait to get one of them, man. So whatever it is that you lust after, your oppressor is there to give it to you. And that's what makes Christianity so appetizing to people. Because whatever lust it is that's there that they want, whatever it is that they want to do, they make it okay for you to do it. They make it okay for you to do it. And that's why people love Christianity, man. But if you overcome that lust, if you just fight it, and stand strong, man, lean on your brothers for strength, man. That's what this brotherhood is all about, man. It's about us being able to lean on one another and fight off the demons. It's like, read.
Verse 21.
To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne.
He will grant to sit with thee in his throne, man. You cannot sit with the Lord and be a disgusting sinner. It does not work like that, man. And if I hear one more person say, God hates the sin, but not the sinner, or some dumb, ridiculous, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to just not get on Facebook no more. I'm just going to have to not get on Facebook no more. If I just hear somebody else talk about God hates the sin. No, God hates the sinner, dum-dum. You just Christian. I hear people say that and they swear they're not a Christian. And that's the most Christianest nonsense I ever heard in my life.
Right.
Read.
It's like it's on my phone.
Oh. Here you go. Take this right quick. Sit a tad bit closer so you ain't got to be, you know what I mean? So I'm going to have to go back and forth for a second.
I didn't know it was. No, it didn't look like it was.
Yeah, you too out. Yeah. You doing every disgusting thing. Sit about right here somewhere, that way.
Oh,
yeah, because I'm still need to be looking back in there too. Oh, unless you could just use it like, you know, while it's charging. That's what you was gonna do? Oh, okay, yeah, that's too out then. Yeah.
Read 21?
No, just go ahead. You can get to your phone. We too out.
Okay.
Yeah. And doing every disgusting act that there is, man. I had a brother tell me, yeah, man, when the Sabbath come, I don't smoke no weed on the Sabbath. But you smoking I don't want to dry snitch or be snitching now. But the brother smokes marijuana every day. And he think because he don't smoke it on the Sabbath, that actually means something. And I'm like, brother, who in the hell are you? What in the hell? What are you talking about? You think that means something to the Lord? That means something to you. I don't mean jack to the Lord. The Lord is going to kill you. And then when he got into an accident on his motorbike and he flew 14 some crazy kind of feet. And the Lord didn't kill him. He said, yeah, man, I'm doing everything right. I said, brother, that was a warning. You have just been warned. The next time, it's not gonna be so pretty. That was a warning shot. And he don't realize that. You know, like in here, if something happened, I'll be thinking like, damn, what did I do wrong? I must have not did something or did something wrong or not did something that I was supposed to do. He don't look at it like that. He looks and say, the Lord must be with me because I'm getting high. And I tried to tell him how much of a fool he was. And and you know where he got that from? Gets that kind of stuff from television. TV. So many of that's crazy though. So like, just if I could sidebar for a minute. So many of our people learn about the Lord from television, from movies. They learn about Christ around Christmas time from watching Hallmark movies. That's where they learn all about Christ, and they see people singing in the church, but it's a movie. It's not real. It's not a real thing. You got that, L? You ready? No sweat. I'm gonna go ahead and finish reading. It said, verse 21. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne. Meaning Christ overcame some. What did Christ overcome? Think about this. Satan tempted Christ at one point. He went there to tempt Christ, to try to get Christ to do what? Try to get Christ to sin. To try to get Christ to do what he wanted him to do versus what the Most High wanted him to do. Christ overcame that thing. Think of all the temptations Christ probably had to overcome, man. He healing the sick. He turning water into wine. He doing all these different miracles, man. Think about it. Think about if he went to the flip side of things. He could have been worshipped like that. The kingdoms that Satan showed him, that he could have had for real, because he was doing the things that we are reading about in the side of the scriptures. He's doing those things, man. Think about that, man. He turned all of that down and said, nah, I'm going to serve the Most High. But you can't give up New Year's? You can't give up New Year's. Christ gave up kingdoms, and you can't give up New Year's? Right. Christ gave up kingdoms. You can't give up popping hoes, strip clubs? I think it's time we reevaluate ourselves and realize what it is that we're doing. Realize what it is that we're choosing. You choosing your oppressor over the Most High. Really think about that, man. When you out there celebrating New Year's and you get that phone call that your cousin been shot in the face for celebrating New Year's, or your mother get that phone call that you've been shot in the face for celebrating New Year's. When either or happen, we should be reevaluating what it is that we doing, man. We should definitely do that. And with that, close the class. Shalom, Israel.